Future Mr. Francy here, just coming in to let you guys know that this week's reading vlog is a special reading vlog because, one, I'm just talking about one book, that book that's taken me a week and a half to nearly get to the end, and two, that book is The Way of Kings, and two, that this week's reading vlog is completely spoiler filled, so if you have not read The Way of Kings and you don't want to be spoiled, then maybe this video isn't right for you till you've read that book. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that. Okay, over to the reading vlog now. It is really early and we're outside, so I don't even know if you guys can hear me, but yeah, I'm doing really well with Stormlight Archive's Way of Kings. It's going incredibly well, and I ended up just giving myself some advice, which was just to, enjoy the ride and not worry too much about not being able to follow the magic system. And I'm really glad that I've done that because I still have no clue as to the magic system, but just by being able to enjoy the ride, I'm able to just let that go and just enjoy what's happening and just relax a little and not get too overly concerned that I don't know what magic they're necessarily using. But anyway, today is Monday, so currently I'm there, which is 510 pages into The Way of Kings Part 1. I still have another part to go, so we'll see how we go with that one, but for now, things are looking really good, and I am just, really enjoying myself. Oh, big update with Dalinar. He's looking to abdicate the throne, which means that his son will be taking over. Oh, so much to talk about. Okay, it's Tuesday. I have finished part 1. Woo! I'm so happy. I am loving this book. It's gotten to a really exciting stage. Oh my gosh, so Kaladin. So, because the slaves are being killed, he found a way to work with his crew of bridgemen so that they can carry the bridge a certain way to protect themselves so that they don't get killed. But because he did this, it defied the king, and so the king considered getting him killed or having him killed, but it was ultimately decided that he was going to be strung up on something, and when the storm came, the storm god would decide what was going to happen to him. So he went through a really horrible night, but he survived the night. He's still alive. I love Kaladin, and I'm so happy that he made it. We're getting a lot more from Shallan, which I really appreciate. Her story is becoming a lot more intriguing. This Princess Yasna ended up just killing these guys, and it was really interesting to get the perspective of Yasna and to get the perspective of Shallan, because these guys had followed Yasna and Shallan into an alleyway, and they were going to probably kill them, if not worse. And so Yasna ended up killing the guys instead. And then Shallan had all these issues with Yasna killing these guys who were going to kill them. But I was Team Yasna momentarily. And plus, I'm feeling so much more grounded in this story now, thank God. I mean, it's taken a long time. But I'm really happy that I finished part 1, so I'm going to be beginning part 2 tonight, and I can't wait to see where the series is going to go. But I'm very much enjoying myself. I'm glad I'm halfway, hallelujah, and I'm looking forward to getting on to book number 2. I hope you guys are having a really good week, and I'll check back in with you guys tomorrow. I have started part 2 of The Way of Kings, and oh my god, you guys, we are just jumping from strength to strength with this book now that we're over the halfway mark. It has been absolutely amazing, and I defy anyone to tell me that Shallan's story is still boring in the second half, because that's everyone's complaint. Everyone who says they don't like Shallan, they say she's boring. Nay sir, oh my god, we just went through something with Shallan that was epic. I'm enjoying what's going on with Kaladin, and he has hatched a plan to potentially escape the slave Bridge 4 crew, which I'm very happy about that, and I can't wait to watch his escape. Funny thing that I didn't mention in our last update, but it's been a really long time since we've heard from the king guy, who, I've forgotten his name, is it like Delinar or something? Yeah, well, the king dude, we haven't seen him for a very long time. But Shallan, oh my gosh, Shallan's story is just... So, the setup is that she's talking with the Ardent guy because she was originally planning on leaving Princess Yasna and going back home because there are some things going on at home and she has to go and take care of them. And she's been sketching a lot of people while she's been there because she's just an amazingly talented artist. And while she's drawing this certain Ardent that she's been hanging out with, she notices that the image she has in her mind also contains something that was standing behind the Ardent that starts freaking her out. And oh my gosh, we get to this scene where this being that's in the room starts talking to her, and oh my gosh, epic is the only way to describe this scene. I am 130 pages in to part 2. So much credit to Brandon Sanderson. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow for another update. Okay, so it is Thursday. This is going to again be a very quick check-in with you guys, but once again with The Way of Kings, part 2. And I am there, which is 253 pages into part 2. So what's that? Basically a good 850 pages into the whole book, which I'm very excited about and can't wait to conclude it because it's getting really, really good. So you know how yesterday I was talking to you guys about how Delinar hasn't been around for a little while? Well, I think Brandon Sanderson decided to spite me because right after I said that, he brought Delinar back. I mean, so basically we have Delinar, who, as I mentioned last time I spoke about him, deciding on whether or not he's going to abdicate the throne, and he seemed like he was really going to do it with our last update. But since then, things have changed. He received a very powerful vision and he spoke to Adolin. Adolin doesn't want him to abdicate the throne, he just wants Dalinar to get better. I feel like Adolin's just been placed in there to play the skeptic role. And then Dalinar gets another really powerful vision and he has decided to put a couple of things to the test and see what the test results do say. And if it is determined that these visions are actually real, then he is going to remain on the throne. Shallan, and it seems that Shallan has been betrayed. Oh my goodness. So do you remember the Ardent? I was talking to you guys about how she drew the Ardent and then she saw that thing in the picture that caused that massive scene that occurred that made me question why people don't like Shallan. But anyway, yeah, so apparently this guy, his only real intention to get close to Shallan was to try and get close to the princess, and he actually tried to poison both of them. Brandon Sanderson, you got me again. She stole something from the princess and she's just revealed to the princess that she stole it, and so she's currently in a cell crying and thinking about going home. Paladin has been starting to train his crew, so definitely the whole, you know, plan to escape Bridge 4 101 is underway. So while they're underground in these chasms, because apparently to punish them only his crew is sent to the chasms, they're going to use that time wisely. 3 of the men who aren't fighters are going to do the standard job they're meant to do while they're down there, so it still looks like they are, but the rest of the crew he is training to fight with spears and things like that. And oh my gosh, I just can't wait for their escape. I think it's going to be epic, and we're getting towards the end of the book. We're in like the last quarter now, so ooh, it's leading up to something good. Okay, so it's Friday, which means it's time to wrap up this week. I'm not done yet with The Way of Kings, but I'm so close. But good news, guess what arrived today? The one book bind-up. I've been telling you guys that it exists, and it does. I've got it in my hands, yay! So, according to the one book bind-up, anyway, I am there, which for the one book bind-up is 945 pages in. According to this version, I'm 55 pages away from being done. That's not according to my part 2 version. But anyway, Oh man, this is getting really, really good, and you can see that. Well, I feel that with where I'm at now, we've kind of come to the conclusion of book one, and now for the last, whatever it is, 55 pages, we're now going to be setting up for book number two, Words of Radiance. But I've really been enjoying this last reading section. It's been really amazing. Kaladin did not escape, but he didn't need to. So there was another big battle that occurred, and Dalinar, who I've been saying is the king this whole time, but he's not. He's the high prince, so I'm sorry. But Dalinar was in the middle of a battle, and he nearly died, and Kaladin saved him. And then we find out that Dalinar's nephew, and I keep forgetting his name because to me he's an insignificant character, but he's another prince from another area. Dalinar's nephew is the guy that owned Kaladin. So we make this connection when Kaladin saves Dalinar. So he saves Dalinar, and Dalinar says, "However, can I thank you?" And then decides that Dalinar decides that he wants Kaladin's Bridge 4 crew to go back with him. And Kaladin says, "Well, I don't think nephew," insert name below, "I don't think nephew is going to like this." And Dalinar says, "No, no, you saved my life. Trust me. No matter what it takes, you're coming back with me, and I will treat you right." Ooh, yeesh. That was a wasp. "I will treat you right." And Kaladin kind of says, "Yeah, I've heard that one before," kind of thing. And then Dalinar and nephew meet somewhere in this big kind of standoff, and nephew says, "Well, my slaves, come back with me." And Dalinar says, "No, they're actually going to come back with me," and that's that, which I loved. And the nephew says, "Well, no, I own them, they're mine, and, I would have every right to attack you, uncle, if you decide to steal my property." And Dalinar does something that made me cry. So Dalinar summons his shard blade, this massive magical sword that means so much and is worth so much in this world, and says, "For your slave crew, take the shard blade." And the nephew's like, "What? Uncle, you can buy cities with this. It's worth that much. The slaves aren't worth that much." And he said, "Well, my reasons are my own. Take the sword, I'm going to take your slaves." And he does, and then Dalinar turns to Kaladin and says, "You guys go back with my crew. I'm going to treat you really well. You're never going to be bridge crews again." And Kaladin is really shocked, as am I. Oh my god, I was crying so much. It was just so beautiful. I don't know if I've said this or not, but we have confirmed that Dalinar's visions are real. Yay! We haven't seen anything from Shallan as yet, which is kind of annoying, but we're going into part 5, I think now or very soon, and it does say that Shallan is coming up. So as you can see, Shallan's name is there. So Shallan's coming up, which makes me very, very happy. It's just, oh my god, I love this book. I can't wait to get into Words of Radiance. Well, I can wait, but I'm definitely going to read Words of Radiance next month. And we'll see how the last 55 pages go. It's just so amazing, and I love it. I'm talking like I've wrapped this up. I haven't, but we're wrapping up the reading vlog, so that's where I stand. At the moment, unless the next 55 pages really upset me, or are just really overly amazing, this book is going to receive 4 stars, and I didn't think it was going to for the first quarter. I thought I was going to give it like 2, so I'm really, really happy that I finally have begun my Stormlight Archive adventure with the Way of Kings, and I can't wait to begin Oathbringer. But I have to say that because this book was so long, I am actually really excited to, forgive me Brandon Sanderson, I'm really excited to start another book, because it took me, someone who reads a lot, a week and a half to get to where I am now. So I'm used to reading 3 books in a week, so I want to read something fresh. But don't take that to mean that I don't love this book, because I really do. It's been an amazing journey. But that is where I am going to leave it. So this is the end of this week's special reading vlog. Spoiler version of this week's reading vlog for The Way of Kings, with the one book behind up now, woo! And I will leave that there and let you guys go. Peace, blessings, and so much love. Mwah. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for all those notifications, and I'll see you next time. Mwah. Happy reading. Bye, guys. Bye.